Tonight, before you close your eyes, imagine a gentle doorway opening inside your chest, one step across, and the noise quiets, the ache softens, and something ancient in you remembers why you are here. We rush, we scroll, we fall asleep heavy and wake up hollow, carrying a weight that never quite names itself. Yet in the Sufi path, night is not an exit. It is a beginning, a place where the heart looks directly into the mirror of the divine. Ibn Arabi reminds us that what we seek is not elsewhere. It is here, in the intimacy of our own awareness, when we learn to see properly. He taught that the real reveals itself endlessly through our hearts, if we prepare a clean surface for the light to land. So tonight's practice is simple, quiet, and profoundly effective. It is a way to align your heart with the divine before sleep, so that your rest becomes worship and your dreams become guidance. We begin with a truth Ibn Arabi returns to again and again. There is one reality, one being, appearing through infinite forms, and the heart is the meeting place. When your heart aligns with the real, you move from confusion to clarity, from resistance to surrender, from loneliness to companionship. The point is not to force an experience, but to ready the vessel, to polish the mirror so it reflects what is already present. In the Sufi language, this is tajalli. The self-disclosure of the real tit is not manufactured, only received. The practice you'll do tonight invites this receiving by weaving breath, attention, and remembrance into a single thread. The Quran reminds us of the nearness of the divine. We are nearer to him than his jugular vein, 52:16. Hold that closeness as your frame. You are not trying to reach. You are allowing yourself to be reached. First, prepare the space, not just the room but the inner field. Dim the lights, put your phone away, and, if you can, perform a simple ablution, a brief washing of hands, and face the signal to your body that you are entering a sacred hour. Set a gentle intention. I offer this night to the one who gave it. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to be honest. Sit or lie down on your right side, in the prophetic manner, with a softness in the belly and a relaxed jaw. Let your shoulders release their armor. Make your bed a prayer rug. Let the pillow be your mihrab. The first movement is the breath of the name, a quiet remembrance older than words. Close your eyes and feel the coolness of the inhale, the warmth of the exhale. On the in-breath, silently allow the syllable al, and on the out-breath, allow la, so softly that no one could hear it but the one you address. If Allah feels distant, you can simply breathe with awareness, letting each exhale be a surrender. Ibn Arabi speaks of the divine breath, the nafas, Aramanbai, which the cosmos is continually refreshed in existence. In your little field, your breath echoes that mercy. Let each cycle be a tide, polishing the shoreline of your heart. Do this for a few minutes, until your body loosens its grip, and your mind falls into rhythm. Now, invite the mirror of the heart. Place your right hand lightly over your chest, not to push or grasp, but to attend. With the eyes of your mind, imagine a soft, clear light glowing behind your sternum, like dawn through thin curtains. Do not strain to see. The point is not imagery but receptivity. Whisper inwardly one of the beautiful names Al-Nur, the light, Al-Latif, the subtle, Al-Rahman, the all-merciful, choosing what your soul needs tonight. With every breath, let the light wash a little wider, as if it is cleaning a glass from the inside. The Quran offers a way to feel this. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth, 24:35. Let that verse be a reminder that you are not manufacturing light, only uncovering it. The third movement is gentle self-reckoning with compassion, not cruelty. Ask your heart 3 questions. Where was I true today? Where did I turn away? What do I wish to return to the real right now? As Ibn Arabi reflects in the Meccan openings, knowing the self is the gateway to knowing the Lord, not as a slogan, but as a living insight you test nightly. Let any memories arise without defense. You are not a prosecutor, you are a witness. If you wronged someone, picture them and offer a simple prayer for their well-being. If you wronged yourself, place your hand on your heart and say, I forgive you. Return. Your honesty is the polishing cloth. Fourth, practice release through forgiveness, and let the heart unclench. Recall the story of Joseph and his brothers, the fracture and the reunion, the turning of harm into wisdom by the gravity of forgiveness. You do not have to excuse what hurt you to release your hold on it. Forgiveness is not amnesia, it is sovereignty. Imagine the harm as a knot in your chest, and the name Al-Rahim, the Al-Compassionate, as warm water loosening the fibers. On a long exhale, say inwardly, I return this to you, and watch the knot soften. If it tightens again, be patient. Even knots want to be understood. The heart grows by letting go and by letting be. Fifth, kindle gratitude and love, the secret warmth of the path. Count 3 gifts from today: a word that lifted you, a color that surprised you, a sip of water that tasted like mercy. Let gratitude ripple outward until you remember that every form hides a gift. Ibn Arabi's celebrated verse rises here like a friend. My heart has become capable of every form. I follow the religion of love. Wherever its camels turn, there is my religion and my faith. Tarjuman. Let those lines become a small flame in your chest, a vow to meet tomorrow with the same generosity. Love is not a mood, it is the measure of our seeing. Tonight, you train your eyes. Sixth, surrender your story to the one who writes it. Whisper, you know and I do not. You see and I see only a little. I entrust this night to you. Feel the bed as an ocean and your body as a boat held by a tide that never fails. Ibn Arabi describes annihilation and subsistence, fana and baka, the falling away of the small self and the abiding in the real. Sleep is a rehearsal for this dying and rising. When fear breathes near you, meet it with a longer exhale and a smaller self. Notice that surrender is not collapse, it is trust with open eyes. You are not disappearing, you are being held. If you wish, add a brief remembrance upon the Prophet. Blessings and peace be upon him, as perfume for the heart. A single salutation, Allahumma Salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, is a lantern in the corridor of dreams. The saints often ended their day with this sweetness, a way of aligning their steps with the steps of mercy. You may whisper it 3 times, or 10, or 100. Let the count be guided by love rather than ambition. The point is tenderness, not tally. Offer a prayer for the world as it sleeps, for the lonely, the hungry, the lost. This widens your heart beyond the walls of your own room. As you feel drowsiness gather, return to the breath and the name. Inhale Al, exhale La, like tides polishing a shore that is already shining. If thoughts intrude, greet them kindly and let them pass. Your attention is a guest house that knows the way. The Quran reassures, He is with you wherever you are. 57-4. Let that companionship be the last taste on your tongue. Allow the light in your chest to dim to a warm ember, safe and steady. Fall asleep as if placing your head in a lap of mercy. This is the practice for tonight. Breath as remembrance, the heart as mirror, gentle accounting, release through forgiveness, gratitude as flame, and surrender as rest. It is not a performance, it is a return, and every night you return, the path gets clearer. Ibn Arabi would say that when the mirror shines, the one you seek reveals himself through you as you, without confusion. Sleep then becomes an act of knowledge, and morning becomes a new disclosure. In the next part, we will deepen this practice with a subtle visualization of the divine names and a way to harvest guidance from dreams without superstition. Tonight, we deepen the practice so your rest becomes revelation, not by forcing an experience, but by learning the grammar of the heart. Ibn Arabi teaches that the real discloses himself through his names, and the heart is the theater of that disclosure. Think of each divine name as a lens. It does not create the light, it clarifies it. When you choose a name before sleep, you are choosing the quality of light by which your soul will be shown its next step. This is not imagination as fantasy. It is imagination as perception, the organ of the in-between. Let your evening become a gentle workshop in which breath, attention, and the names form a circle round you. If you bring sincerity, the circle holds. Begin with a simple visualization of the beautiful names that is soft enough for bedtime and strong enough to shape your night. Sit or lie on your right side, shoulders relaxed. On the inhale, imagine drawing a thread of light from above your brow to your heart. On the exhale, imagine that thread settling in your chest. Choose 1 to 3 names, perhaps Al-Rahman for mercy, Al-Salam for peace, Al-Hakim for wise alignment. Whisper them inwardly, 1 per breath, letting their meanings color your feeling. The Quran reminds us, to Allah belong the most beautiful names, so call upon Him by them 7 to 180. You are not summoning a distant being. You are letting the real announce Himself through qualities your heart can recognize. Ibn Arabi cautions that no single name exhausts the real. The real is not limited by any one name, yet he is known through his name's paraphrase, Futuhat al-Makib. This is why the Sufi does not cling to a single taste. Mercy today, wisdom tomorrow, majesty when necessary, beauty whenever possible. Think of the moment Moses stood before the fire on the mountain. He encountered majesty that opened into mercy, a sequence of names unveiling a path. Your night practice follows that rhythm on a gentler scale. When one name finishes speaking, another may take the tongue. Let the heart be bilingual in awe and intimacy. Here is a simple sequence. Rest your awareness at the brow and intone, inwardly, Al-Hakim. Feel your thinking loosen into insight rather than chatter. Move to the chest and breathe out Rahman. Let tenderness thicken the air around your ribs, as if kindness has weight. Spread your attention across your skin and murmur El-Salam. Imagine your whole body becoming a meadow that welcomes sleep. If tears come, let them. If stillness comes, let it rule. Ibn Arabi's he, not he, reminder belongs here. What appears in your heart is he in the form of your capacity and not he in himself beyond all form. This keeps you humble and sane. Now set your intention for the night's guidance. With a few slow breaths, say inwardly, grant me a true dream, a ruja saliha, that clarifies my next step and guards my heart. See your bed as a small mihrab facing the unseen. Place a notebook and pen within reach. You are telling your soul that you will listen. The Quran gives a metaphysical map for sleep. Allah takes the souls at the time of their death, and those that do not die in their sleep, 39 to 42. If sleep is a little dying, dreams are a little resurrection messages, carried back from the threshold. Ask to receive only what benefits. When morning finds you, do not move at once. Keep your eyes closed and catch the fading threads. Gather images, feelings, colors, textures, any spoken words. Write them without editing. Then ask a simple interpretive question Ibn Arabi would approve. Which name is speaking through this? In the Futuhat al-Hikam, he explains that imagination is a barzakh, an isthmus between meanings and senses, where the unseen dresses itself in forms we can hold. Treat each symbol as clothing for a quality of the real. As you train this way, your dreams will start using a cleaner alphabet. Let me give you 2 examples. A seeker dreamt of a locked door with sunlight pouring beneath. She felt both frustration and warmth. She wrote, door, light, key missing, warmth at the threshold. Which name is speaking? Al-Fatah the opener. The action was practical. Make one call she had been avoiding. The door opened by noon. Another saw himself drinking clear water from a cracked cup, feeling revived and cautious. Which names? Al-Hetha living and Al-Latafa subtle. He was guided to take in new life, but watch the vessel, restore sleep and boundaries before adding projects. Remember Joseph's story. He read dreams as moral guidance, not fortune-telling. He listened for the quality of truth inside the image and matched it with wise action. Guard yourself, from superstition. Not every dream is guidance. Some are echoes of the day. Some are whispers to be brushed away. The Prophet taught that true dreams bring clarity and do not leave the heart disturbed. If a dream frightens you, spit lightly to your left, change your side, and do not share it. If a dream confuses you, ask for clarity and wait a night or two. Keep returning to remembrance. Dhikr is your compass for the imaginal sea. The Quran says, "Surely, by the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest." 13:28. Rested hearts interpret better than restless minds. A gentle journaling prompt before sleep will refine this art. Write, what question do I need help with? Which name supports this question? What act of goodness will I commit tomorrow if I receive guidance? Then close the notebook and breathe the name into your chest as if planting a seed. Ibn Arabi writes that the cosmos is the mirror in which the real sees his names, and the human is the polished face of that mirror. Fusus al-Hikam. Your dreams are part of that polish. They show you where the smudges are and where the shine already is. Meet them with courtesy. Remember, the real speaks your dialect. Ibn Arabi's line rings like a bell here. The color of the water is the color of its vessel. Futahat Olma. If your vessel is anxious, guidance may arrive in soothing blues. If your vessel is proud, guidance may arrive as a humbling scene. Do not chase someone else's symbols. Make your practice small and faithful. 3 names, 1 intention, a listening notebook, a clear act in the morning. Over weeks, your heart learns the cadence of the one speaking through your life. Tonight, practice this before bed and let your heart align with the divine. Breathe the names. Set a clean intention and welcome the imaginal as a classroom of mercy. If something beautiful visits you, say thank you. If nothing visits you, say thank you. The point is relationship. In the next part, we will ground this path with a daytime remembrance that keeps the night's light alive, and we will explore Ibn Arabi's teaching on unity of being in the ordinary tasks of tomorrow. Before we continue, tell me in the comments which divine name you will sleep with tonight, or simply write, I align my heart tonight. Morning breaks, and the ember you kindled at night is waiting to be fanned into a living flame. Before your phone and your plans touch you, place your hand over your heart and remember the tenderness you met in the dark. Whisper the name you slept with, and let the residue of the night become the fragrance of your day. The point is continuity, not perfection. The real does not need your performance, he invites your presence. Today is not a test you must pass. It is a field where the one unveils himself in countless forms and asks you to recognize him. Ibn Arabi calls this recognition an art of seeing. The eye of the heart learns to read reality as a manuscript of the divine. Start small. Let the first sip of water be a vow. I will meet you in what appears. Wadat al-Wajid. The unity of being is not a slogan. It is a way of walking. There is only the real, showing himself through the theater of forms, and you are given front row seats with responsibilities. The Sufi does not dissolve the world. The Sufi honors it as a mirror. When you carry this into errands, into emails, into traffic, you step into a sacred ordinary. The Quran whispers a compass for this gaze. Wherever you turn, there is the face of Allah. 2-115. This does not mean everything is permitted. It means everything is a place to practice seeing. Your task is a deep right conduct with the real in each form, so that your seeing becomes service and your service becomes love. Make remembrance mobile. Let the breath that held out La at night become your walking rhythm. As you stand to brush your teeth, let awareness stand with you. As you brew tea, say quietly, Bismillah, not as superstition, but as anchoring. I act by the name, through the name, and for the name. The Prophet taught Ihsan to worship God as if you see him. And if you do not see him, no, he sees you. Ibn Arabi adds a subtlety in the Futuhat. Adab is the polish that makes ihsan visible in action. It is the courtesy you show the real as he arrives in your spouse, your colleague, your own tiredness. Even your schedule is a visitor. Greet it with gentleness. What about conflict, the place where the mirror fogs? When agitation rises, pause and ask, which name am I being asked to embody? Perhaps Al-Halam, forbearing when a co-worker repeats a mistake. Perhaps Al-Adalgist, when a boundary needs to be named. Perhaps Al-Latif, subtle, when a child needs a softer voice. Ibn Arabi's he not, he keeps you from collapse and arrogance. The other, is he in the mode of a particular name, and not he in himself beyond all form. This frees you to love without idolizing, to be firm without hardening. Remember the story of Ali, may God be pleased with him, who spared his opponent when anger mixed with intention. That is unity applied, seeing beyond the provocation into the real, asking for a nobler response. Keep small anchors throughout the day. Set a gentle chime every few hours. When it sounds, breathe once, as if the world depended on that clarity. Whisper, I am present, touch your heart briefly, and return. The Quran gives a promise stitched into these pauses. So remember me. I will remember you too. To 152. Ibn Arabi would say that your remembrance and his remembrance meet in the heart's center, like two mirrors facing each other, an infinite corridor of mercy. Let gratitude thicken your minutes. 3 gratitudes at noon, 3 at dusk. The breath of the all-merciful Nafas al-Rahman is always refreshing existence. Let your breath be its little echo. Delays and detours will test the theory. Hear the story of Moses and Khidr as your teacher. Events that looked like harm were preparations for a deeper mercy. Ibn Arabi reads this story as an education in the Barzakh, the Ismos, where meanings were surprising clothes. When the train is late, when a plan breaks, when a door stays shut, try this. Name the names that could be at work. Hakim, the wise. Al-Latif, the subtle. Al-Fatah, the opener, not to force a happy ending, but to keep your heart from shrinking. Say, I do not see yet, but I will greet what comes with adab later. In the evening accounting, you will often discover the wisdom that hid behind the delay. Let love be your method with people. Listening is dhikr with ears. When someone speaks, stop preparing your answer and receive them as a revelation in motion. Ibn Arabi's famous line returns, as a rule of life, I follow the religion of love. Tarjuman, al-Ashwaq. This is not sentimentality, it is a precision of seeing. Each person is a locus of manifestation, a mazar for a divine name. A friend's honesty may be al-Haq shining, an elder's patience al-Sabar, a child's laughter al. When you feel love expand in your chest, recognize it as knowledge. You have seen rightly. When irritation contracts you, treat it as a veil to be lifted by remembering who stands before you through this face. Carry presence into your body's habits. Walk as if the earth is your prayer rug and the sky your canopy. Chew slowly, honoring the mercy that brought food from seed to hand. Pay fairly, tip generously, greet first. The Prophet moved through the market with integrity. In that movement, buying and selling became worship. Ibn Arabi writes that the perfect human is the eye through which the world sees itself. Praised Futuhat al-Makkiyah. Paraphrase, you become that eye in little ways, by restraining the tongue from mockery, by keeping promises, by making beauty where you can. And when you fail, return quickly. Repentance is also praise. The marketplace is a storm of names. Make remembrance your sail. As you step into traffic or meetings, keep a soft dhikr on the tungala, or simply hu with the exhale. Let your fingers count quietly if that helps. The Quran praises men whom neither trade nor sale distracts from the remembrance of Allah. 24:37. You are not leaving the world to remember. You are remembering in the world, turning tasks into sparks of light. Give a secret charity when irritation rises. Let generosity puncture the ego's weather. If you cannot give money, give attention. Look someone in the eye and wish them well from the heart. Spiritual knowledge by day is tasting, not tallying. Ibn Arabi says true knowing is dokasip, a direct savor before it is report. When you answer an email with patience, you have tasted al-halim. When you decline gossip, you have tasted al-satar the When you apologize first, you have tasted al-tawab, the acceptor of return. Be warned by the Sheikh's humility. Insight without adab breeds delusion. The more you see, the softer you become. The more you witness unity, the more carefully you handle forms, because every form is a trust. Let this soften your voice and strengthen your spine. By late afternoon, renew the covenant you made at dawn. Place a hand on your heart and ask, where did I see you today? Where did I refuse you? What do you invite me to now? Write a line or two, not to impress, but to integrate. Then prepare to carry the day's light back into night. In the Fuchsius al-Hikam, Ibn Arabi teaches that God sees His names in us as we see ourselves in Him, a mutual mirroring that matures over time. Guard yourself from fatigues, cruelty, rest before you break. Feed someone else if you can. Tonight we will lay the day on the altar of sleep and harvest guidance without grasping. This is how the practice lives. Night makes the heart lucid, day makes the heart faithful. Both polish the mirror. Unity becomes a way of kindness, not a theory. Love becomes a daily craft, not a mood. Knowledge becomes service, not superiority. If this journey is feeding you, support the circle that carries it. Subscribe to the channel. Share this with a friend who needs gentleness today, and help us keep the light moving. In the final part, we will weave everything together. A closing night rite, a way to meet fear and grief, and a final reminder from Ibn Arabi that turns sleep into a rival. Night gathers again, and what began as a whisper has become a way of living. You have tasted how breath can become remembrance, how the heart can shine like a polished mirror, how dreams can speak in the alphabet of the divine names, and how daytime can carry that light into errands and conversations. Tonight, we weave it all into one closing rite, a soft, steady liturgy that meets fear and grief without flinching and turns sleep into a rival. Ibn Arabi would call this the courtesy of love, meeting the real in whatever form comes to your door. He reminds us that the heart is the theater in which the One reveals himself, and adab is the art of hosting that revelation well. Come, let us prepare the room within. Make a small sanctuary, diminish the world's volume, dim the lamp, hush the notifications. Wash your hands and face as if rinsing the day from your skin. Sit or lie on your right side, and let your spine lengthen like a prayer. Place your right hand over your heart, and remember the poem that became a vow. The heart capable of every form. The religion of love that Ibn Arabi sang in the Tarjuman al-Ash. You are not making a shrine out of imagination. You are letting the shrine reveal itself by attention. Let the breath slow until you can hear the tide of mercy moving in and out of your ribs. Let this be a homecoming, not a performance. Begin the closing rite with 3 doors: safety, sincerity, and surrender. First, door safety. Feel the contact points of your body with the bed, the weight of the blanket, the steadiness of the room. In your chest, breathe a little wider than usual, and let your exhale be longer than your inhale. On the exhale, whisper inwardly the name Al-Salam, the source of peace. Second, door sincerity. Say quietly, I am here as I am. Third, offer the whole night to the One who makes night. The Quran hints why this hour matters. Indeed, the rising by night is stronger in impression and more upright in speech. 73-6. Let that strength be the loom on which your heart is woven. Now, meet fear and grief with the courtesy of a craftsman. Imagine you are building an ark, like Noah, plank by plank, in a dry place, trusting rain you cannot schedule. Each plank is a breath, paired with a name. Inhale, Ya Rahman. Exhale, Ya Salam. Name the fear without argument. I am afraid of losing. I am afraid of being unseen. I am afraid of failing. Place each fear on the ark as if placing a child in a cradle. Do the same with grief, the loss you carry, the apology you never received, the tenderness you miss. Ibn Arabi teaches that every state is a manifestation of a name. Fear asks for al-Wakil, the trusted. Grief asks for al-Jabbar, the restorer who mends what is broken. Let the ark float on the sea of breath until the storm in you remembers a shore. Circle the heart as if it were the Kaaba within. 7 slow rounds of attention, not with footsteps but with breath. On each round, choose a pair of names that balance each other. Al-Latif and Al-Aziz, the subtle and the mighty. Al-Halim and Al-Adel, forbearing and just. Al-Nur and Al-Hadi, light and guide. With each pair, feel your chest soften and your spine grow tender strength, as if mercy had bones. Keep Ibn Arabi safeguard huwa la huwa. He not he futahat al makia, so you do not confuse your image for the real beyond all image. Remember that the greatest night journey began in the dark and became nearness. Glory be to him who took his servant by night. 17:1. Your small circling echoes that trust, hold the sorrow no one sees. Cup your hands over your heart as if gathering warm water, and let whatever ache rises pour into your palms. Say, I witness you. Do not fix or flee. Witness. Then bring the hands to your face and breathe through them, as if your own compassion were perfuming the air you will sleep in. Send a prayer across time to anyone who feels this same ache tonight. The saints teach that dua for others opens what our own striving cannot. Ibn Arabi writes that the station of love is to love the real for his own sake. Futahat al-Makiyah. When you love like this, even grief becomes a corridor to him. Let a tear come if it wants. Let silence come if it prefers. Invite guidance without grasping. Whisper salutation upon the Prophet Alihuma, Sali ala Sayyidina Muhammad 3 or 7 or 12 times, as love leads. Then set a clean intention. Grant me a true dream that helps me act with beauty. Place a notebook within reach. If fear returns, learn from Jonah, who found a prayer in the belly of darkness, and from Jacob, who wept and did not accuse the real. He kept hope alive like a candle behind windglass. Ibn Arabi calls imagination a barzak, an isthmus, where meanings dress in forms fuseous. Ask for forms you can understand, and for the humility to say, I do not know, when you do not. Bind the night to the morning with a covenant of service. Promise a small act that will embody whatever guidance arrives. A call to reconcile, a boundary stated with kindness, an hour offered to someone who cannot repay, a habit you will lay down gently. Write it. If I am shown mercy tonight, I will give mercy at noon. Ibn Arabi says the servant becomes the locus where a name appears according to preparedness. Futuhat al-Makkiyah. Preparedness is not mystic genetics. It is the daily polish of adib. When you keep the promise, the name that visited you at night continues its work by day. If fear rises like a wave in the dark, meet it with form. Turn to your right side, place your hand over your heart, lengthen the exhale, and recite the name that answers the fear. If grief stiffens the chest, sit up for a moment and bow from the waist, offering the heaviness as you might offer a gift you do not yet understand. Remember Jonah's sea, Noah's rain, Joseph's prison, Mary's labor under a lonely palm. Each sorrow became a door. The Sheikh of Akbar reminds us that the real appears in opposites so we can learn his fullness, majesty and beauty, contraction and expansion. Your task is to stay with him in both. Gather the threads. You have learned to breathe the names, to polish the mirror with gratitude and repentance, to harvest dreams without superstition, to carry unity into traffic and kindness into speech, to build an ark for fear and a cradle for grief, to circle the heart as a sanctuary, to vow a small service as dawn's seed. This is a simple road, not an easy one, but it is well lit. Trust is its air. Whoever relies upon Allahi is sufficient for him. 65:3. Rely, then act. Act, then rely. Let the rhythm of night and day make you supple, not scattered, like a reed that learns the song of the wind. Now let the practice close itself. Return to the breath of the nam. Inhale al, exhale lontel. Thought thins to a single thread of presence. Let the inner light dim to a steady ember. Say, you are the keeper of my night and the author of my morning. I entrust myself to you. Ibn Arabi would whisper that God is the mirror in which you see yourself, and you are the mirror in which he sees his names. Fuzias. Sleep, then, as a mirror at rest, clear, receptive, humble. If a dream comes, greet it. If only silence comes, bow to it. Love is already at your bedside. If this journey has met you, carry it forward. Practice tonight before bed, and each night for a week. Write what changes. Tell someone who needs gentleness that there is a door in the dark and a friend at the door. Share this video with a beloved. Leave a comment with the name you'll sleep with, and subscribe so we can keep polishing together. The world is asking for hearts aligned with the divine, courteous, courageous, and clear. May your heart be such a mirror. May your sleep be worship, your waking a disclosure, and your life a quiet, generous proof that love is the way home.